fresh from the Utah Civility and Community 2011 regional meeting in St. George. I was just there last night, when I was here with all of you, I was asking for we had a discussion on what does civility mean to you, and what kind of questions would you like to be in conversation about if you were sitting in a community meeting on civility. The background was, that's the background. I came to the evening with the kind of the overview of the Civility to Utah Civility and Community 2011 initiative, and asked for input on the community questions. So let's see, I'm just reading this next question, so excuse me. What did you choose to test? Oh, why?
Why did you choose to host a group here?
The reason I chose this group, it was a great opportunity, first of all, being part of this group. And it's a diverse group, which I know these community meetings that we're going to be going to are representative of kind of, hopefully, this is my hope, that they're representative of kind of the residents of any given community. And our experience last night was just that. I don't think the community was fully represented, but it was a diverse group of people that came. So that kind of, this group kind of set space for how a group might be, how a group might come together, and so that's why I came here with my questions. And help. I was actually asking to kind of get jump-started from maybe a group of people that had no idea what, the Civility and Community Initiative is. So, and the next question is, what happened in your meeting? Is that what that
What happened in your hosting? Your eyes are like mine. What
What
happened in your hosting?
My eyes were pretty good. I loved what happened in the circle that night. I thought it was really dynamic, and I had the idea, and I actually was kind of following another idea that someone else had done, not in this group, but I posted things up on the wall and then just asked everyone to put your questions up, but also to comment on the questions that were already up there. And I think the hardest thing for me that evening was putting closure on the conversation, which I was really, that felt really good to me, to have people really open up and be in conversation about what they felt like, how important relating to each other is, how important civility is from the perspective of respecting each other, being in dialogue, being in circles of people that care about issues and want to get them out in the open. So I loved how the evening went. It felt really really active and inspirational to me. I don't know if it was inspirational to anybody else, but I got a really long list of wonderful, insightful comments, and I still remember some of the things that you said. So, I thought in my hosting, it was kind of flying by the seat of my pants, but it worked for me. I thought it was a good evening. I felt good about it. So that's what happened.
Jane, can you move it forward to your is there more that you want to say on the circle that you hosted last night, for example? What happened in your applied level of hosting?
In the applied circle last night, we learned a lot. I think the basic, it was a small group of people. But it was a group of people that came with a good intention around being there, and they were interested in the topic. And I think that they learned from each other and learned from what we presented. And we're excited to continue if there's anything else that happens in the future. the question that we posed were, what does civility mean to you? And the other question was, what are the issues that you feel that could be addressed, from a place of civility in your community? What was interesting about it is neither one of those questions got answered in a very effective way. So we have some work to do around making it, helping people to kind of drop into a more practical knowing how to, I think our job is around mentoring. And one of the participants said to me after the meeting, because I really asked for some feedback, she said, it'd be really good if you presented some stories about what people have done in their communities that have worked. And then they can take those ideas into their conversations and develop them. So I thought that was really a really good, some really good feedback. Because it's totally learning. We don't have it. I mean, you go with what's happening in the room. So what changed in me was really a greater enthusiasm for, and a greater, I don't know, just a deepening of the whole experience. I think in dialogue and in conversation, if you're into it, if you're present, you get changed. So I got changed, of course, and that's good. And what changed in, my group or the group?
The group.
The group from last night. I think the most important thing that happened is people met each other that they'd never seen before. And, there was one person there that's, I'll just say a little bit about. He identified himself as an activist. And the way he identified himself is, I think people know who I am, but they might not necessarily appreciate me or something like that. So I think that after at the end of the meeting, he actually appreciated this gentleman just because he was another person, that had something to offer. And so there was a really nice exchange and kind of a cross-fertilization within this group that might not have happened in any other way. So that felt really good. And the other great thing was the mayor showed up. I called him, I actually bugged him, but I kind of developed a relationship with him, and he came, and he couldn't stay, but he actually talked to this group, and he's one of the few mayors that has signed the U.S. Conference of Mayors Civility Accord. So he's invested in the idea of civility in the community. How he supports that, I think, will be interesting. Having heard from the people in the group, I don't know. It'll just be interesting. I hope we get to go back and develop it a little bit. So, cool. Amen.